and welcome to another interesting tutorial where we'll be learning how to make this trendy puff sleeve. It's very easy and is divided into three main parts. So we'll be using our basic sleeve pattern and we'll draft a main flare and a bottom flare. Let's go straight into today's video. To begin with, we will need our basic sleeve pattern. Okay, when we drafted the basic sleeve pattern, we used a long sleeve, but for this one you just reduce the length to the length we'll be working with. So the entire length of this sleeve is 16 inch. So we're going to use a basic sleeve pattern of 12 inches, such that the other 4 inches will be the flare extension at the bottom. Okay, so I've cut out this basic sleeve pattern, and that will be the main sleeve for this kind of sleeve, right? So now we will cut our top flare, and to cut this you will need your armhole circumference. Okay, and the armhole circumference we'll be working with today is 18 inches. Now what we need to do first is to derive the radius before we cut the flare. And for this top sleeve, we will cut 180 degrees flare for the top sleeve, while the bottom sleeve will be 360 degrees. So to derive the radius of our 18 inches, I'll be using 11.5 inches and I'll apply it at this point, and that will serve as the part that goes on the armhole. Then the length of our sleeve is 12 inches. So we'll go ahead and add extra 6 inches to 12 inches to derive the length of this flare. So first the radius, which is 11.5 inches. I'll apply that at this point. After that, we'll fold our pattern into two. Then at the edge, we'll measure 16 inches. This means taking out 2 inches from the length we added. It's just on this end. And this is because we don't want that bottom part of the sleeve looking longer than the top part. Then finally, we'll cut the bottom sleeve, which is the extension of the sleeve. Okay, and to do this one, we just fold our pattern paper into 4 because we are using a 360 degrees flare for this one. And when we fold into 4, we'll derive our radius by dividing our bicep. The bicep measurement is 13 inches. So you would divide 13 inches by 6.28, which is the standard. I explained this on my video on ruffled cape, how to derive the radius. Okay, so just refer to that if you would like to know the details. So just divide by 6.28, and if you divide 13 by 6.28, you will get 2.07. Just approximate that to 2¼ on your tape, such that if you get excess, you can always use the remaining part as your seam allowance. Then we'll measure the length of the sleeve. We're using 16-inch length sleeve, and the main sleeve is 12 inches, which means we subtracted 12 inches from 16 inches. So we'll have 4 inches left. Now we'll apply our 4 inches on this point. You can make it up to 5 if you need your seam allowance on the pattern. But if you don't want that, you can apply your seam allowance when cutting on fabric. Okay, so you can use 4.5 or 4 inches. So now we have our bottom sleeve, our top flare, and our main sleeve. We'll just cut this on fabric, then we'll start sewing. I've cut the pattern on fabric now. That's my bottom sleeve. This is my main sleeve, which is the inner sleeve, and this is my top sleeve. Now to sew this, we need to place our main sleeve like so. Then we're going to sew this point, that's the top sleeve. Just pin the middle of this sleeve to the middle of your main sleeve like so. That's the midpoint. Just align and pin them together. Then you're going to sew this from this point down to the end, okay? And you sew the other side as well to the main sleeve, to that point. When you've done that, you now also locate the midpoint as well. Locate the midpoint of this one. You can make notches to make it easier for you. Just make some notches on that end and on this end. So you align that to the midpoint and sew them. Then you align this point as well. You align the bottom to the bottom part of your main sleeve. And for this one, you're going to pleat. You just pleat this top sleeve on the bottom sleeve like so. And you pleat on the other side as well. So that's what you would do for this sleeve. I've sewn the bottom and the top of the sleeve. At this point, I made a notch at the midpoint of the main sleeve. Then we'll just attach this bottom flare to that. Just pin it at this midpoint and sew it to the main sleeve. Just sew that point and sew this point as well. Okay. I've sewn the bottom flare to it as well, and this is what it looks like now. That's the pleated top flare, and that's our main sleeve on that point. So what we'll do now is to turn it inside out like so, and we'll sew on this point. Just join everything together. Just make your side seam and end it up at the bottom flare like so. Just sew like that to that point. Then we're going to attach this point to the armhole of your dress. And that's all about the sleeve. So this is what it looks like when you finish. It just looks like this. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your time. Kindly subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. Click the like button and share this video with your loved ones. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.